Boom! What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from Nothing But Niners Crew, and as promised, guys, it is another Saturday. It is another midnight, and it is March Madness, guys. We are here to bring you guys a lot of fun. We're going to go through this thing, ask all the questions. You guys got active tonight. I see a lot of stuff rolled up in here. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let me know how it sounds. I don't have any sound effects connected, my soundboard, I should say, but I do have some over here that I can still hit for you guys, all right? Before we do all of that, I want to run through some formalities really quick. If this is your first time here on the YouTube channel, please do us a favor. You see the instructions scrolling across the bottom there. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live, all right? And then follow us on some of our social media platforms. We have Snapchat and X. Those handles are nothing but 9ERS. And then give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Those handles are nothing but Niners. That's spelled all the way out. I'm your host with the most, Mike Andrews, 83, on X.com, whatever you want to call it. It's a weird, it's really tough for me to not call that joint Twitter, but it is what it is. So for those of you who have never been here before and you don't know what the March Madness is, every year in the month of March, I go live at midnight East Coast time, 9 p.m. for you West Coast heads and everything in between. And you guys get to ask me whatever questions you want. All right, super chats are always welcome, but are not necessary. It is a 49ers Q&A, and the questions do not have to be 49ers related. So fire them off. I'm going to answer. We're going to have some fun, okay? Here we go. Our first question of the night is from my guy. All right? Niner Goat 16 says here in a very, very difficult question to interpret, says here, is Brock worth 50+ million a year? The short answer is yes. If the Niners believe that he is a franchise quarterback, the market is 55. It's more than 50, right? I'm not the one, fortunately, that has to make that decision. The 49ers do. And if they think that he is a franchise quarterback, if they think that he is the guy for their team, then he's going to get 50+ million a year. All right? Why'd I play the womp womp? I don't know. All right? OG Big Mike, this is for my man Mark. He says, how's your weekend been? All right? Let me do a little firework here for you. My weekend's been cool. My weekend has been cool. Been very, very eventful. We went out last night. My wife and I went to visit my buddy. We haven't seen him in a couple of months, so him and his wife, we hung out with them last night, taught them how to play some spades. Woke up very early this morning, took my dog to the vet. My man is losing some weight, but it's not because of what happened on Wayne's show. I promise you guys that. And then went home, took a nap, got up, made sure the kids had some breakfast and lunch, and then we went to Chuck E. Cheese. We had a good time. No promo. We had a good time. I rushed home. I dropped the kids off, and I come to my OG's house for cigars and boxing like we do every Saturday night. So my weekend's been pretty good, pretty eventful. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. I hope yours has been good, too. All right, now Mark is about to go on a run, so I'm going to try to run through these really quick. He says, of all the $50 million quarterbacks, specifically the ones under Josh Allen's $55 million, whose contract would you want the 49ers to give Purdy? Well, so you got Dak Prescott, who's at 60, Josh Allen, who's at 55, and then the people under that are Joe Burrow, Dexter Lawrence. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I actually tweeted it out earlier today, but they're all making $55 million. All right, and then after that, it goes down to 49. Not Dexter Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence. I said Dexter Lawrence? Wow. Talk about a throwback there. Good catch by you, old man. I didn't even know you were listening to me. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll tell you who it is because I have to make sure I'm getting all the names right. Now, you're asking me who do I want them to give, like which one of those contracts would I want them to give? They're all at 55. And if I'm Brock Purdy or his agent, you're not offering me anything less than what Trevor Lawrence is getting. I've done more in less time, period. He shouldn't even be accepting less than what Dak Prescott is getting because he's done more in less time, right? Like, if I'm him, that's the way I'm looking at it. If I'm him. Now, I don't know that that's how they're looking at it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if that's how they're looking at it. But if they are, then that's on the Niners. Like, the market is the market. So I don't want anyone out here thinking that I don't think he should get the money or anything like that, but you got Prescott at 60, Lawrence, Burrow, and Jordan Love, that's the other guy, all making over $55 million a year. The structure is the structure. I couldn't possibly care less about that. I couldn't care less about what the structure is. The APY is what we're talking about. Give it to him, man. If he's your starter, then you give it to him. So I don't know. I don't know whose contract. I don't know the ins and outs of every one of them, particularly to tell you, oh, that contract is better than that one. I don't know. But here's what I do know. If you are putting in boosters and incentives and things that increase the value of the contract on a yearly basis, Brock Purdy is likely to exceed 4,000 yards. He's likely to exceed 20 touchdown passes. He's likely to exceed a playoff win. That's just how the Niners are structured. And so you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, if we base it off of this person's contract, it has these escalators in it, right? Trevor Lawrence is never likely to reach any escalators in his contract. He's not good, and neither are the Jaguars. That's not the case for Brock Purdy. Jordan Love, he's going to be up and down. That is a very tough division over there, and who knows if they even make the playoffs the next 2 seasons. Who knows? I watch a lot of teams in that division get better this offseason, including the Bears, and I don't know where the Packers are. The Packers just signed somebody that we couldn't wait to get rid of in Aaron Banks and gave him $77 million. We sat back and laughed at that contract. Are they really better than what they were last year? I don't know. So we'll have to see. And keep in mind that same exact division didn't win a single playoff game. That's right. Those mighty, mighty Lions turned into tabby cats out there on the field. They did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Those Vikings that came in and whooped our asses, right, did absolutely nothing. And those Packers, did they even make the playoffs? Yeah, but did they do anything? No. 3 teams from that division, and they all went 0-3 collectively. So, I mean, the escalators in those contracts for those quarterbacks mean nothing because we are likely to exceed those once we make it to the postseason. Kyle Shanahan, and no matter who his quarterback has been, has never made it any shorter than the NFC Championship game. So you got to keep that in mind. You said any questions fly, right? You ever been caught watching? He put the corn symbol. Have I ever been caught watching, which means I was sneaking to watch it? Caught is a weird word. The one time somebody walked in on me watching corn, it was my wife, but I watched it with her in the room. I just thought she had left for work already. So it wasn't a big deal. It's not like I had to turn it off or anything. Like, hey, you want to get in on this or hurry up and get out the door because you're running late now. You're behind schedule. So it wasn't really caught. It wasn't a secret, but that was about as far as it was. But, yes, any questions fly. All right, you know what? I got to give you a sound effect for that one because that was pretty fun. Here you go. Mike, name an R&B album you can listen to start to finish, no skips. That is easy for me. John Legend, Get Lifted, one of my favorite all-time R&B albums. Some people call it neo soul. I don't know what the difference and the variances are. It's not rap. It's not hip-hop. He's singing. John Legend, Get Lifted. Alicia Keys' first album, Songs in A Minor, is another one that has no skips in it for me. Well, you only asked me to name one, so I'm not going to sit here and give you the rest of the stuff for nothing. You know, I got to chill out. Mark is back. He says, as a fan, you've been duped out of 3 Super Bowls. As a content creator, you've been duped out of 2 Super Bowls. If and when the 49ers win a Super Bowl, what can we, the fans, expect from a postseason Super Bowl win live stream? Now, this right here is a phenomenal question. I'm gonna play the purge alarms here. Come on. I like that. Just one time. Wow. I think that in the event that the Niners win a Super Bowl, there's going to be a 24-hour stream. I think that in the event that the 49ers win a Super Bowl, I will go around and find different 49er fans to interview in person on camera. I don't know if I have to do a live thing or if it's going to be a collage or a collective of them or something like that. We're going to go live during the parade. Even if we can't make it there will be live coverage of the parade on this channel. Oh, man, I don't know. Champagne popping. I've got some 49er bottles of champagne. You know that they sell the gold bottles, right? I've got some of those. Definitely popping one of those bad boys. I've had them with me every Super Bowl since we've been doing this, right? The 2 that you're talking about. I've had the gold bottles with me. Haven't got a chance to pop any of them, though, but that is definitely getting popped at the conclusion of the game on the overreaction show. There will be no shots of liquor. Probably for me, it will be sips of champagne while y'all take the shots out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a week of fun. We are going to go out and order do they still do your team just won the Super Bowl. Here's the set, and you can get like the jersey and the DVD and all. We're going to get the DVD. We're going to do a live watch of the DVD that commemorates the entire season from preseason to week 1 and all the way through to the playoffs. So we're going to break all of that down. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to spend the entire offseason celebrating the 49ers finally getting over the hump, and I really, really hope you guys are along for the ride. Now that I gave away all the cookies, I'm sure other content creators will do something similar now, so I got to find another way to spice it up a little bit. Ronnie Montoya asked a really good question here. What second-year player makes the biggest impact to help the team? This is a great question, Ronnie. And initially, I want to say Ricky Pearsall, right? We don't know how Brandon Ayuk is going to bounce back. Debo is gone. He should be slotted as the number 1 wide receiver for the 49ers. So that's kind of like low-hanging fruit, right? That's low-hanging fruit. But I'm thinking maybe like a Renardo Green. Maybe Mustafa. I'm thinking somebody in that secondary might be the guy that surprises everybody. The Niners didn't really go out and get anyone to compete for the starting roles there, which says they have a lot of faith in those guys. You got Robert Saleh coming in here. I know the Niners can't wait for him to get his hands on those guys. And so maybe it's going to be one of those guys. But the easy money, if there's Vegas odds, right, the lowest paying odds are going to go to Ricky Pearsall. He should be the favorite to be the biggest impact player year 2. Mark says, whatever happened to Silverado Kev? Were you ever approached to collab with Real Talk, Niner Talk? Have you ever declined a collab? Good questions here. I believe Kev is still doing shows. Don't hold me to that. We went out to Cali one year. Me, Wayne, and Kev were vibing and everything. Everything was good. But I'm not quite sure. I've had him on the show a couple of times, and I just kind of stopped reaching. I think he wanted to start his own thing. He was very passionate. He started as a writer. He has a gift of gab, and then he started his own channel and everything. And, I did nothing but support them from afar. I like that. Was I ever approached to collab with them? No. They never asked me to do their show. And he says, have you ever declined a collab? I did a collab with one person, and they've asked me to come back again, and I have purposely just avoided going back. I don't want to say who it is because I don't like turning Niner fans against other content creators. That's not my thing. But when I got on the show, I realized the gimmick and the shtick, and I was not a fan of it. It's just not my bag. Not that I was uncomfortable or handling it or anything like that, but I personally wasn't a fan of the page and how he ran the page. Gave him his little bit of promotion and all that stuff, and then I just kept it moving. So that one person I wouldn't do anything with. As far as turning down any other collaborations, I'm all about the Niners and the fans and getting more content out there to everybody. So I don't think there's many others that I've turned down. I can't think of any off the top of my head. If you guys know of one, let me know, but I don't think I've ever turned anything down. Is Moody on a short leash this season? Absolutely. And I can't believe the Niners haven't brought someone in to compete with him. There's going to be some undrafted kickers that they bring in. There might even be a veteran that they bring in. There needs to be some sort of competition for Jake Moody and his foot this year. Absolutely. And there's a part of me that hopes the young man makes it. There's a part of me that hopes that he survives, wins the competition, and comes in and literally kicks ass. All right? Are there any random past 49ers whose names just pop into your mind from time to time? Mine is Kevin, Jurovich, Dominic Ziegler, and Brett Swain. I do think about Merton Hanks and that. I can't do that. No, I'm not holding the mic and doing that again. Please don't clip that up. I can't believe I just did that with this microphone that close to my face. I think about Kyle Williams. There's another wide receiver, actually, 5'11" wide receiver, about 186, 190 pounds, coming out in this draft named Kyle Williams. I do think about him sometimes. But you said random 49ers names who pop in, right? Kevin Barlow is a random one that I think about. Why? I don't know. Arnez Battle is another random one that I think about. Why? I don't know. And then Alex Boone. When I watch offensive linemen, I am looking for the nastiness that Alex Boone had, and it's really, really hard to find, guys. It's hard to find. So those are some of the random ones I think about. Do you see the team making big moves for any vets on draft day like they did with Trent Williams? No. I don't think so. It's a good question. It's not outside the realm of possibility. I wouldn't predict it, but I do think they move around some. I don't think that the Niners make all of their 11 picks staying pat where they are. I think they move around a little bit. I think they find a way to get on the board in the 6th round, but how, I don't know. All right. Would the 49ers drafting Tyler Warren signal Kittle leaving in 2026? No. Not at all. I think that would mean that they finally realize that we are not taking advantage of George Kittle, and that we're kind of just getting through with George Kittle. George Kittle is a phenomenal tight end. When you compare his numbers to any tight end that's ever finished ahead of him, just look at the number of targets versus George Kittle. George Kittle does some phenomenal stuff with very limited targets. You had Bowers and Kelsey with probably 50 more targets than George Kittle and less than 100 more yards than him this past season. Like, that's how good George Kittle is. You give him those same amount of opportunities, and oh boy, boom, he blows up. What that means to me is if we bring in a guy like Tyler Warren, not that Kittle will get more targets, he'd just be that much more efficient, and we can save and prolong some of his career. So I hope they do go out there and get someone to help him out, you know. Mark is back again. How much did going 6-9 last season hurt Brock's status, 6-11? Oh, because he didn't play for I get what you're saying. Would a healthy 49ers going 6-11 with Dobbs Allen give Brock more or less leverage during the that's a really okay. I think because of the injuries, Brock's stock didn't get hurt. So I said it on the show 2 nights ago with the guys from 49ers Hive. The Niners won 6 games because of Brock Purdy, not in spite of. Because for most of the season, a lot of key contributors were just not here. The defense was trash. Special teams was trash. So it was really just on the back of the offense, and the offense was beat to shit last year. No Christian McCaffrey for a lot of it. No Ayuk for a lot of it. Debo just shows up every 5 or 6 games. Kittle was doing Kittle things, not mad at Kittle. I think they won because of Brock Purdy, so I don't think it counts against them. Now, your question is, if the team was healthy but we had Dobbs and Allen and we went 6-11, would it have hurt him during negotiations? Yes. I think that would make Kyle say, hey, I had these 2 guys and we still were competitive. We still won a third of our games. Maybe we're kind of overvaluing Brock Purdy a little bit. Fortunate for Brock, that wasn't the case. Mike, do you like going to the casino? I'm going to tell you something. Before I clicked this comment and made it large on the screen down here, I thought the word cocaine was in your message. No, I don't really like going to the casino. I don't like the atmosphere, right? I feel like everybody is in there hoping to win. When I go, I like to just have fun. I'll take a couple $100 with me, give a couple $100 to my wife. We go not expecting to win anything. I think we have a good time. But I see some people getting upset in the casino, some people getting angry. You ever sit at a blackjack table and people are like yelling at a person because they didn't stay? They're trying to get 21 and they're right before the dealer? I've seen it. And I've been that person who's upset, but I don't say anything to them. I've seen all kinds of nasty stuff happen at casinos. But if you go in at the right time on a slow night, you go in on a random Wednesday, it can be a lot of fun. Let me see here. Any more questions? 2025 first-round pick 11, who you got? I mean, we're going to have to see who falls to us. It's probably going to be someone in the trenches on either side of the ball. We're going to have to see. I doubt it's going to be an edge guy, so it'll probably be a defensive tackle or an offensive tackle. I doubt it's going to be a wide receiver. I really don't think it's going to be a tight end, so it'll probably be an offensive lineman or a defensive tackle. That's the way I see it right now. All right? Am I the only one who doesn't want us to take a linebacker from Alabama? Oh, man, you're scarred, huh? That Reuben Foster thing got you feeling away. I'm down to get interviewed. I'm down for all of that. um, I don't know, man. I think it's about coaching. You got to get the right kind of guys here, right? And for those of you who are listening to this as a podcast, I'm pointing to my temple, right? You got to get the guys with the right mentality. It's less about the physical gifts. You're in the NFL. You're getting drafted. You've got physical gifts. Now it's about, can you put it together? Do you take to coaching? Or are you just going to go out there and just do your thing and freestyle a lot? And that's kind of what we got with Reuben Foster. And the Niners were aware of it. That's why he fell all the way down to the bottom of the first round. We traded back up to get him. I wouldn't be upset about it, but, history is not on our side when you're looking at it. Ronnie says, what drink you picking old school, Mad Dog 2020 or new school Buzzball? I guess I would go with Mad Dog. The Buzzballs are very syrupy and heavy in like the fructose corn syrup and sweeteners and all that kind of stuff. I guess I would go old school, but I don't like any of those. I like to drink my alcohol straight or get like a seltzer and just add it to it with a splash of like the lemon concentrate juice. Still not having Tom Brady. 49 is arriving to Super Bowls. Oh, wait, this wasn't even a question. I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. All right. Uh-oh. We have our first super chat of the night from my man Sean. Hold on. Where's my sound at? I swear I got a ching-ching in here somewhere. Where is it? Do I have it on this one? Oh, I don't have the ching-ching in here. Sorry, I got these. I haven't played it yet. He said, what's up? What's up? What's up? He says, you think Brock is worth $60 million or 55? Heck no. 40 to 50, cool. Some drink C4, but all goes well. This week, we get C3. Thanks, Mike. All right. Now, this one, Sean, I don't get. Send me a text message maybe before I wrap this one up, and I'll be able to try to explain it. Some drink C4. What is C4? E, what's C4? You ever heard of C4 as a drink? E. He can't even hear me. He's got his headphones in. Eric, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? What is C4? Is a drink? You ever heard of a drink called C4? Well, I know it as explosives, but he says some drink C4 in the court. We don't know what that. I don't know, Sean. You gotta educate us here, man. I don't know. No super chat required, but if I see the explanation, I'll respond. Listen. Brock is worth. Okay. Fuck it. I'm tired of beating around the bush. I don't think Brock is a franchise quarterback, guys. I think that Brock Purdy requires everything around him to be good for him to be good. I don't think Brock Purdy is capable of elevating a bad team to the playoffs. Can he elevate a team to some wins? Yes, we saw that. We saw that this season, right? The Niners were not a 6-win team without Brock Purdy and all the injuries, right? But without those injuries, the roster is really good. So we don't need Brock Purdy to do anything special or spectacular. I don't think Brock Purdy can take an average supporting cast and get them into the playoffs the way a Patrick Mahomes could. I don't think he's that special. Good processor. He's an X's and O's guy. He is a good person of conveying the play to the rest of the team in the huddle. That's about where it stops. He's athletic enough to scramble, extend some plays, make some plays with his legs occasionally. But you're not designing run plays for Brock Purdy. Not often, not frequently, right? Maybe one or two a game, but that's about it. And so I don't think personally, I'm not giving Brock Purdy $60 million right now. I haven't seen enough consistently to say that he can take an average supporting cast, the other 10 players on the field being average, and get them to the postseason. I don't think Brock Purdy is capable of that. So, no, I wouldn't give him 60 or 55. I wouldn't give him 45 or 50 because that's still saying franchise quarterback. It's just the low end of the franchise quarterbacks. I wouldn't give him that. I think if it's up to me, I'll give him Brock Purdy $35 million for the first 2 or 3 years, and then some bonuses in the 4th or 5th year if I'm giving them some money. because I think we can win some games with him. I think we could even win a Super Bowl, but we need the skill position players in the offensive line and the defense to give us that opportunity. Brock's not enough. I think guys like Josh Allen, I think guys like Lamar Jackson, I think guys like Patrick Mahomes, you always have a chance. But that's where that list stops. It's a short list for a very specific reason. And I think that we get so focused on, oh, well, that's just the market. And I've said it a ton of times. Oh, that's just the market. That's just the market. Yeah, that's the market, but the market should be set for those guys. Those guys should make that money. I don't agree that Dak Prescott should have got that much money. I don't agree that Jordan Love and Trevor Lawrence should have got that much money. Foolishly, those teams gave them those kind of contracts. Jalen Hurts is a guy that I think could take over a game. Notice I didn't say his name. Right? Lamar Jackson is a guy that could take over a game. Patrick Mahomes is a guy that could take over a game. Josh Allen is a guy that could take over a game. Brock Purdy is not, guys. He's not. He's not. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not. With that said, no. My answer is no. I wouldn't give him 60, 55, 45, 50. I wouldn't give him that. I'd be trying to come in around 30, 35 million for a couple of years. That's me personally. I am not convinced that Brock Purdy is the franchise guy. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's better than backup. I think he's NFL starter level. I think that Brock Purdy is a top 15 quarterback. I don't even think Joe Burrow is that guy. Sorry. I don't think Justin Herbert is that guy. They're all the tier underneath those players, and that's the tier that I have Brock Purdy in. They're going to get that kind of money. I don't think they're deserving of it. Everyone is so like, oh, we got to pay everybody. We got to give everybody everything all the time. No, we don't. No, we don't. You know what they were doing in the NBA when Michael Jordan was playing? You know what they were doing when players were negotiating their contracts? Michael Jordan was getting $20 million a year. And they said, oh, well, it's time for a negotiation. How much do you want? I want 19.5. Are you as good as Michael Jordan? Because he's only getting 20. No, I'm not. Well, then you're not getting Michael Jordan money. I think we need to get back to those days. There's no reason Dak Prescott should have gotten more money than any of those quarterbacks that I named. Mahomes, Allen, Lamar Jackson. There's no reason. You cannot justify it. You cannot justify it. I don't care that the salary cap is going up. The salary cap going up should have been able to get other weapons around that guy. Not means, oh, it went up 10%. Let's give him 10% more money. No, fuck that. Stop doing stupid stuff. Stop doing stupid stuff. The NFL continues to hurt itself because they just want to keep resetting the market on guys who are good, not great. Great players deserve to be the highest paid at their positions, not good players. I'm not ashamed of it. I know the type of supervisor that I am. Should I make the most money in my company? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Should I be paid in the top 10? Yeah, probably. Yep. Because I'm that good. I'm that nice. But I'm not the best. If I was the best, I'd have my own office. The entire office would be reporting to me, not just 20 of the players on the team. We got a team of 50. Only 20 of them report directly to me. I shouldn't be the highest paid guy. Now, give me a small office somewhere in West Bumblefuck where there's a total staff of 15. I can run the shit out of that. And let me earn my way to one of the top teams. Brock hasn't done that. Prescott hasn't done that. Trevor Lawrence hasn't done that. I'm not giving these guys that kind of money, but they already have done it. So now we've got a market set for average, above average players. Not great players. The market is set for average and above average players now. And it's like, oh, well, you were the next guy to get a deal, so let's just give him the money. GMs have to stop doing that. And here's what it's going to take. Here's what it's going to take. It's going to take a lot of buyer's remorse. We are not likely to see another guaranteed contract for a quarterback because of what happened with Deshaun Watson. Buyer's remorse. We are going to see the Cowboys be very unhappy with the money they're paying Dak Prescott. Buyer's remorse. We are going to see the Jaguars continue to look for another quarterback after they have gone and paid Trevor Lawrence. Buyer's remorse. And then you know what we're going to need to see? Those same exact teams learning in 4 years. Hey, listen, I know your contract is done, but we ain't doing that shit again. We'll give you the same contract, which by that point in time, quarterbacks will be making $75, $80 million a year, right? We're going to give you the same old contract that you just had. Buyer's remorse. We need more buyer's remorse to happen in the NFL in order for the wages to be applied based off of your personal level of skill. Because Dak Prescott, while getting $60 million, doesn't have a Christian McCaffrey, didn't have a Deebo Samuel, didn't have a Brandon Ayuk, didn't have a George Kittle, didn't have a Fred Warner on the other side, didn't have a Dre Greenlaw on the other side, didn't have a Nick Bosa on the other side. Well, he's got a Micah Parsons over there, and they did have a good linebacker. But they're not the Niners. They're not the Niners. Why are you doling out that kind of money? Now, maybe they were giving out that kind of money because there's salary cap rules and you got to spend a certain percentage. So they're like, there's some politics that go into it. But I say you earn the contract you're given. You earn it. I'd rather give a key contributor a little bit more money. My special teams ace. Let's value the special teams guys. Where are the Joshua Gibbs? Those guys out there making $10, $12 million a year because you're a really good return guy. You suck as a wide receiver, but this phase of the game, this 1/3 of the game, this 33% of the time, you are fantastic. Give him the money. It's better spent that way. All right, here we go. Let me keep going. What's your cigar of choice if we win the Super Bowl? Oh, man, talking to my heart right here. I got this big, fat, not this one here, but it's about this size. 1964 Padron special anniversary. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. That is the one I'm saving for the Super Bowl, baby. That's the one I'm saving for the Super Bowl. When I light that bad boy up, y'all are going to see me smoke that thing from start to finish. I don't care if it takes 2.5 hours for me to get through that bad boy. Y'all are going to watch me smoke that thing from start to finish. That's the one. That's the one. All right, here we go. 1 year no hookah or year no cigars. Which would be easier to do? It would be easier for me to do no cigars because I only smoke cigars on Saturdays now. It's been wintertime. I haven't been outside a lot. So on Saturdays, I come over here. We smoke in the garage. Summertime is different. I like to walk the dog. I sit out back and all that stuff. But I get to smoke the hookah in the house 3 times a week. So that would be a little harder for me to give up. But let me be very clear. If the doctor said, hey, you can't smoke anymore, both of them are gone, and there's no addict itch. There's no negative effect. There's no like, oh, man, I can't do it. I'm not addicted to or anything like that. It's none of that stuff. Sean Shepard, thank you for another super chat here. And, yes, you know that boxing is something special to me, so I appreciate you saying this one. I'm going to play some sad music. Foreman gone, one of the hardest hitting heavyweights ever. What C3501, bro? I don't know what that is, bro. Come on, Mike. Anyway, be blessed. We need someone with a stronger arm. Stronger arm, maybe a little bit taller. I don't know. I don't know what else we need, but I just don't think it's Brock. I don't think it's Brock. C3501. What is that? All right. You know what? I have to Google live on air because I still don't know what we're talking about. This is supposed to be a 15-minute show. Here we are, 30 minutes in. But let me see. Hold on. C3501. A church. Okay. Amen. I see where you're going now. I'm not going to put our business out there, but I like that. Okay, I like that. And remember, when MJ said he wanted $33 million for a season, and he got it, I remember that owners face every time it was brought up. Right. But he was that good, right? Like, that was like records that, like, what? I can't believe you want that. Now, guys, how much are players making in the NBA right now? What's a max contract? Can you hear me, Eric? He's not listening again. I don't know. I think they're making like $60 million a year now. 70, 80 million. What's the most an NBA player makes in a year?
According to DirecTV, at $55.8 million, Curry is by far the highest paid player.
They balked at $33 million for Michael Jordan, the face of the league. the face of the league, they balked at it. They balked at it. He single-handedly resurrected Nike. He single-handedly became the – people wanted to change the Jordan logo as the NBA logo, and they didn't want to give him $33 million. They argued about that. They fought about that. They fought against it. And now we just giving it away. Now we just giving it away. It's crazy how times have changed, man. Sean, man, thank you again for the super chats, man. Let me give you 2 horns. No, you did me. You made 3. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3, baby. That's 3. Thank you for the super chat, Sean. We sincerely appreciate it, my man. Listen, guys, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I enjoy bringing it to you. I want to thank my man Eric for being a kind and generous host to me. Let me take up, 36 minutes of his time. He plugged his headphones in and ignored me for the rest of it. And that was fantastic. And we still got some boxing going over here. All right, let me see if I can show you guys what we got going on over here. Let me see if I can get this remote to work. Oh, shit, I went the wrong way. Hold on. Boom. Boom. You see it? Over the seat. No, what are you doing? Don't go back to me. I'm showing the TV. Look at that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Huh? Huh? All right, let me get that back off the camera before they take all my shit away for the show. All right, guys, listen, that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I appreciate you and your time. I'm going to give you guys a round of applause because you guys are an excellent, excellent group of people. Took your time to watch the show. I love and appreciate you all. All right, thank you very much. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Hope you guys have a blessed night, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Prepare for glory, anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, them nothing but niners.